The Flavor Saver Tomato.
But before discussing any of the aspects of quality of it, we need to have a brief introduction. The flavor saver tomato was the first genetically engineered crop to be commercialized. The research and marketing efforts that produced the flavor saver tomato resulted in scientific success, a temporary sales success, and then commercial demand. The flavor saver story reveals how difficult it can be to bring genetically engineered products to market, how objections with little or no scientific merit can influence the outcome, and how important public opinion is in determining commercial success. What was need for a genetically modified tomato? Because we already had traditional tomatoes which were red in color, which had a taste of tomato. So what was the need for a genetically modified tomato? Tomatoes have a short shelf life in which they remain firm and ripe. And after this shelf life or their lifetime, which we call, they start getting to rotten. They start losing their colors, flavor, firmness. They start smelling even. So that is not proper form of tomato which is to be consumed. This lifetime may be shorter than the time needed for them to reach market when shipped from winter growing areas to the market in the north. And the softening process can also lead to more of the fruit being damaged during transit. This last point, the softening process can also lead to more of the fruit being damaged during transit, can be explained by a small example that if we buy 1 kilo tomato and keep it in one corner of the house, and if one of the tomato is rottening, this will affect all other tomatoes and all other tomatoes will soon start to rotten up. It is the condition with other vegetables also like potato, onion and many other vegetables. So this was only the problem while transporting. So while transporting, if they pick up the ripened tomatoes and if one of them start rotting, then this would damage all other tomatoes which was there in the ship or in the container or the place in which it was carried. To address this, tomatoes intended for shipping are often picked while they are unripe or green and then prompted to ripen just before delivery through use of ethylene gas, which acts as a plant hormone. The downside to this approach is that tomato does not complete its natural growing process and the final flavor suffers as a result. Through genetic engineering, Calgene, an American-based company, hoped to slow down the ripening process of tomato and thus prevent it from softening, while still allowing the tomato to retain its natural color and flavor. This would allow it to fully ripen on the vine and still be shipped long distances without it. The logic which was used behind making of flavor saver tomato. Circumstantial evidence available in 1980s suggested that the tomato fruit enzyme polygalacturonase, or which in short is called PG, because of its ability to dissolve cell wall pectin, was the key to fruit softening. Researchers at Celgene Incorporated Company in Davis proposed to suppress PG accumulation in ripening tomatoes by introducing a reverse orientation copy of the gene, an antisense copy designed to prevent or drastically reduce the formation. Their expectation was that ripe fruit would remain firm longer, perhaps even allowing it to be transported to markets after vine ripening. Transporting vine ripened fruit would avoid the practice of picking green fruits and artificially ripening them by ethylene treatment, which gives a ripe tomato color but not the full array of vine ripened tomato fruit. By 1987, Celgene researchers identified and cloned a tomato fruit PG gene. developed methods for tomato transformation and regeneration, and produced tomato plants with inserted PG antisense DNA constructions. Some of the resulting tomato lines generated as little as 1% of the PG found in conventional tomatoes. Based on the results from 8 contained field trials, in October 1992, the US Department of Agriculture determined that the PG antisense tomato lines were not a plant pest risk and no longer required permits for field testing trials. Procedures which were involved in the development of flavor saver tomato. First, isolation of DNA from tomato plant that encodes the enzyme polygalacturonase. It is the process in which the DNA from the nucleus of the cells of the tomato or any other cell is extracted and then it is isolated since it is not in the portion this year, so we are not going to discuss it in detail. Second, transfer of PG gene to a vector bacteria and production of complementary DNA, which in short is called cDNA molecule. So this PG gene is transported to vector bacteria. Bacteria divides by binary fission and at a very faster rate. In 20 minutes, one binary fission. So in this way, there was production of PG gene. PG gene was transferred to a vector bacteria, and whenever it divided, PG gene also divided along with it. And this led to the